Guys, make umsebenzi analing 60. Kimbite Elizabeth.
Yes.
Pauline.
Because sisemsebenzini.
Pauline.
This is
a white woman I can.
Why?
But it's
She doesn't
just
look like my mom.
And you still show her respect. So
because
It's a
the
difficult one.
danger
I
with
hear
that,
you.
the danger with that is, for example, when young people are in management, is that it perpetuates the fact that I'm older than you.
yes.
So I can't. It creates this thing out. You can't tell me kinna auntie, kinna mama.
Exactly.
So that's why I don't like it, and I would not recommend it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly why I don't do it. I would much rather call you if let's say your name is like, there's this guy Ephraim. He doesn't mind me calling him Ephraim, colleague of mine. So I usually call him Mr. E.
Yes.
Right? You can
yes.
rather than saying Uncle, that's too much. That it puts me at a place where now I can't correct you.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's actually quite a serious thing because South Korea, I know I've mentioned this example in a very long ago, but South Korea had that issue where their dynamic is in such a way that people who are in positions of authority cannot be spoken to directly. That's just part of their culture, which obviously,
You're quoting Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. We
Oh,
talks
yes,
about the
Outliers,
Korean
exactly,
pilots that
exactly.
were having accidents because the co-pilot couldn't be like, hey, what are you doing?
what are you doing?
In comparison to the culture of Americans, would be like, oh, wait, now what are you
What
doing?
are you
Can't
doing?
you see this?
So being frank can actually save the company. To say, Uti, my guy, this is not how you file this thing, or this is not how you launch a campaign.
Okay, in that context, I do hear you. But you can't do that with still calling somebody mom.
No, actually, because you call them mom, you've placed them in the
removed-
position
yes.
of making you a
A
niece, a
junior, yeah.
nephew, a junior. You understand? Even though you're highly competent in your work.
I hear you.
I
That-
believe
Now you
it
struggle,
really
guys.
breaks those
I'm
boundaries.
definitely a mom tandy. I'm definitely
And this
that
is
person.
something I battled with because someone at work even phoned me and told me, you must call me, I'm older than your father. And I continued calling him by his first name. The reason that I call him by his name is mainly because we work we work in an environment where we need to be correcting each other when we're doing things like, hey, you're doing this wrong, it's about to break, or whatever the case may be. And at the end of the day, you might find that I'm actually helping him not get into trouble. It's absolutely not meant out of disrespect or anything like that. In fact, the thing I mentioned earlier is where I would strike a balance, where I would say, Mr. J or Mr. E or whatever the case may be. Because in that way, I'm not calling you something that makes me the lighty,
Yep.
you know? Because then when you see me, you don't see my competence. When you see me, you see the lighty that's supposed to respect me.